god, HuK in the retreat make themselves so vulnerable. Whoopsie daisies. That pretty basically is not what you want to do. So that was a few free kills, but of course, ooh, that robotics facility that HuK made earlier was canceled. That was a nice little trick. You know, fooled even me. I forgot the fact that, you know, Little One may have scanned that, saw that, and said, no DT's coming anytime soon. And of course, Little One would have been wrong. As we could see, more Hellions trying to get up here to do some damage. Oh, huge window created. Uh-oh, looks like a little bit more roasting going on here. Probes, oh, cooking that whole line of probes. HuK not moving any of them. We can kind of see why HuK was willing to move all his probes off mining previously. Look at the damage that the Little One did with that harassment. God, I mean, I wish there was a probes killed tab up here in the top left, just so we could see that the Little One's at like 1,000 and HuK's at like 9. I mean, seriously, the Little One using those Hellions to maximum efficiency. Once again, the Little One is pulled back ahead. He's at 84 food. But the one problem is the Little One's unit mixture. Look at this. The units that are mobile, I have highlighted here. The Hellions, the Marines, the Marauders. There's really not that much mobility here. Apparently someone pinged the minimap. Little One pinged himself, wanted to let me know, of course, that this is where I was looking on the screen. Thank you for operating through time and space, Little One. But one thing to note, I mean, the Hellions that the Little One's making, very mobile, but Little One has been spending all those in harassment, and all these other units that will actually allow for mobility are pretty skimpy on the number count, right? So that means that these tanks, though very bulky, pin the Little One down to his base. So HuK has a lot of freedom to expand. As we can see, HuK is already establishing a defense here, has a pylon back here for more warping in, getting some immortals because he's seeing how high his opponent is in that tank count. And also it looks like we have that Templar Archives going down. HuK has plenty of gas, so we can easily get lots of Templar or even Archons to be able to deal with this huge force. Archons are excellent at absorbing a lot of damage from those siege tanks, so that way the rest of your units can get in. The Little One is now making a command center, going to be taking a third base, and is also sending out a huge stream of Hellions to this top location. Looks like he wants to just do yet more harassment poking around, but it looks like HuK has pretty much everything on lockdown. The front's a little bit vulnerable, though, and the Little One sees it. Oh, those, oh god, Immortals. Though they're good against armored units, they are still good against these light-level units, and we can see it eliminates a lot of them. But with just 4 Hellions, that is still such a huge threat. Oh my god, again, into HuK's main. HuK pulling everything off mining. Coincidentally, a huge amount of units were there. Nice force field getting thrown down. The Little One going to try to do some harassment, but only really gets 1 probe. And we can see they're back even once again. These Stalkers are also trying to pick off this barracks that's floating in the middle of the map. This really goes to show you that when you do harass, you got to do that damage. The Little One basically sacrificed 8 Hellions without really doing that much. An Archon out right now, one of my favorite units to make fun of, but of course, in light of recent players using it a ton, I must, withdraw my previous statements. Those Archons are, in fact, very scary units, especially when you get them in large numbers. 25 damage, base 35 versus bio units, so they will be able to rip through these Marauders and these Marines. And of course, if you have Immortals, Stalkers, and Immortals, Stalkers, and Archons, the Archons will get in the front, absorb the damage from those Marauders, and the rest of your units that are armored won't be hit by them. Destructible rocks are down. Another huge push coming out here for the Little One. Just moving up here to expand. So passive. Ghost Academy going down. God, I hope there's going to be a nuke, because really that would make my whole life good. But uh-oh, this one barracks looks like it will be taken down. No more factory production for you, Little One. But interestingly enough, Little One is out expanding his Protoss opponent. Very unusual. HuK now finally throwing down his 3rd Nexus, and he's going to be building some gateways here. Will he be able to get him up in the nick of time? No! The Hellions are able to squeeze in here right before this Nexus was able to close off this top front area, but oh, never mind. Yep, I think HuK is going to be A-okay. Oh my god, walling them in. Oh god, another 12 free food for HuK, just getting to annihilate those Hellions without anything getting in the way. Checking again, more Immortals being produced. Not too many warp gates, but whatever does get warped in, coincidentally, is always a Templar. Is he getting any Storm? No, looks like he wants to rely exclusively on Archons. Very unique unit mix from HuK. Definitely interested to see how it's going to deal with this huge stationary tank Marine Marauder. But I mean, look at this mix. Just no mobile units. These Ravens, great support units going over here to the tech lab. We do see that the Hunter Seeker missile upgrade has gone down. The extra energy boost for the for the Ravens is going down as well. And oh my god, a fusion core. Oh, if we see battle cruisers, that would be equally sweet as nukes. But here comes HuK anyways, moving up here to this rightmost expansion. Looks like he's going to do an all-out attack on that Guardian Shield going down. The Zealots darting up to the front. Here come the Hunter Seeker missiles. Oh my god, annihilating those Stalkers. Those Ravens are doing absurd amounts of damage to the front lines. But oh, the poor Ravens just get obliterated by those Archons. It looks like the little one was able to repel that attack relatively easily, but I mean, 6 Ravens going down, that's a huge blow to your defensive capabilities. You also cannot harass with any sort of auto turret, so that does mean that the little one, who previously was very immobile, now is pretty much, he can't attack at all. He is locked down to defense. He has nothing that can really advance far forward. These tanks just are not going to be that strong without those support units, without that base of Hellions, Marines, and Marauders there to defend. And it looks like the little one knows this and says, whatever, I'll just siege up. HuK is trying to find some sort of hole in his opponent's defense. But, oh, the little one. Oh, God bless you. Look at that. Ship weapons level 1 going down. We see 1 battlecruiser, 2 battlecruisers coming out. Oh, this is why people love the little one. Who plays like this? Well, I'm going to choose a map that has extremely small attack distances, very few expansions, and generally revolves around aggression and attacking. And then what I'm going to do is I'm only going to make tanks and defend until I get battlecruisers. Yes, Dario, you are popular even outside of Germany. But of course, HuK holding down with his very unique unit composition of mass Archon. God, who would have thought players love making fun of this? It was one of the most precious units in the original Brood War, but look at them here, doing a great job just zapping away at these Hellions with a nice little bit of splash damage to boot. I mean, God, this poor Hellion consistent pushing. You can even see here in the portrait, he's just like punching the table. He's like really upset because Hellions have really not done very much at all in the late stages of this game. Archon's one of the best units in terms of taking damage. It does not have any real modifiers that Terran can abuse. It is not light, it is not armored, it is not massive. It is a psionic unit only, so that means that most things do the minimum amount of damage to it. And of course, HuK seems to know this and is massing up Archons. We even see him favoring gas over here. And oh, 2 Stargates going down as well. Will we see carriers, or will we dare say, oh, I can't believe it, a mothership? Oh man, that would be delightful. Of course, I will note that I have not actually seen these games yet. This is my first viewing of them. We do have +1/+1 going down for HuK, because he does want to set himself up for a very, very nice late game. Upgrades always essential. Little one, a little bit light on the upgrades. 0/0 on everything, with the one exception, of course, of him getting the +2 air upgrades for these battle cruisers. 2 battle cruisers out right now. Little one in beautiful defensive stance, getting yet another command center with these tanks positioned everywhere. 1 turret, 2 turrets, well, nice and spread out. But HuK is just dominating the center with huge numbers of Archons. A lot of tension going on here because right now HuK can easily take the whole map. There's nothing stopping him from taking both gold expansions. Ooh, but I'm not going to lie, I am leery of taking this gold expansion. I do not like this choice. This is very vulnerable from air over here from the battle cruisers. Sure, he could expand there, but this is also vulnerable from tanks that can easily get they can build up by the Zelnaga watchtower here. Huge spread in the center of the map by HuK, making sure that none of that can come out though. Wow, double command center by the little one, apparently building up quite a lot. Oh my god, and it looks like the battlecruisers are coming in here from the backside. Look at how fast they kill those buildings, just annihilating it. Oh, one Yamato cannon annihilates 1 cannon, but it looks like the rest of these units from HuK are immediately sweeping up here, but these Archons have such short range. The battlecruisers have 6 range against air and ground and are going to be able to abuse this largely Archon army. Archons have range 2. They need to be directly underneath the battle cruisers. They need to be basically poking them right in the bellies, but of course they really just cannot get up there in the front. Another Yamato cannon on the Stalker seems like a waste, but that is really the only unit that can hit it. A lot of these battle cruisers are very weak. Look at that, just annihilating the Archons. Meanwhile, back at these Stargates, HuK is making a lot of Void Rays. Needs to be chrono boosting those. Look at that Archon count. The little one at 182, HuK at 175. Super intense action here. The little one just building up a giant battle cruiser force. Incredible. Adding more battle cruisers. +2 is almost done. It's a 3rd starport. Mass battle cruiser. Alright, nice. And it looks like he'll be able to return here to repair. So not only is this air distance very obnoxious to deal with all these Archons and this huge lack of Stalkers, but even so, the little one can always pull back and repair. Look look at that health just flying back up to the maximum. And in the meantime, the little one is expanding here to this bottom right location. This is still locked up tight. Tanks looks like they're repositioning. Oh, so smart by little one. He's going to siege all his tanks up on this ridge, push here with the battle cruiser, and then all these tanks are going to annihilate HuK's units heading to the top to defend. Oh my god, this could be potentially game-breaking for HuK right now. HuK has so many Archons, and those would be so good against these battlecruisers if they could just get underneath. Here comes this huge force, and tanks. Oh, tanks doing so much damage to this right flank. The Archons trying to get up to the front. Here come 2 Void Rays. They're starting to charge up against this battlecruiser, but it's only 2 feedback going down on those battlecruisers. There's 1 Yamato, though, annihilating the Void Ray. Void Ray's down. And these battlecruisers continuing to abuse this backside. Never seen any play like this. Battlecruisers do so much damage to ground. They're doing 12 per shot. And look at the fire rate on those battlecruisers. That is just hundreds of damage being dealt every second. HuK is trying to stay alive, trying to rebuild the assimilator directly underneath these battlecruisers, but it looks like HuK is just abandoning ship and going for a huge counterattack. Most of the forces of the little one are up here. There's almost nothing here to defend, and HuK sees it. Oh!